So would they look now this camera?
No, do the Louis the talk.
Okay. Another Sunday, another very beautiful day, and for those who don't know me, it's always about community. What we do next to better our community. It's always about what we can do to grow our community. No man no do and for we. We'll do it if we do. Take and go for play if we take and go, and then definitely the picking they will don't train them. Go come move on for the go for sorry get for be today with me. I have my dad, very young, but I call him my dad. He's done a lot for the community. Um, I did not want to bring him here this way, but then I not get any choice. I will officially bring him for my studio. With him, I have another person who I don't know the looky, uh, what he's doing for the community. Also, character-wise, and by the way, they call themselves the men of Valor. I don't know by the end of this interview why they answer that name. Welcome to Toridi, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Glad to
Thank
be
you to
here.
really.
My brother Paul, I'll start with you because me and don't talk for too long, and so Alpha.
A day and I mean this, no
Okay, and
shaking.
glad to have you here. And I hope after this we'll set up our program for me and you for me talk. We'll talk on your own particular things.
Absolutely.
Uh, Pastor Mark, I know we're gonna start with you. Yeah, I'm just joke, not joke. I know so many people know you already, but for the sake of today, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here as always. I'm Pastor Mark Fundoh, the senior pastor of Global Light International Church here in Dallas, Texas. For those who know me, of course, in the Dallas area, I've been in the Dallas area for about 18 years, and we've done a lot of community work. And I'm also glad to see that you're taking our time, to host us and to advance the cause of the kingdom agenda. It's always been about the kingdom, and we are looking forward to continue to grow our community and impact lives as always.
Boss, you should tell me a little bit about you.
Absolutely. So I don't know whether I might talk for pigeon
Pidgin, English,
as
French,
Anyone?
not to
country,
read
small
it
country,
is,
talk for enter inside.
but I will try a little bit of all those, but might stick to English for now.
Okay.
So my name is Paul Ngwasiri.
Mhm.
Um, so I've been in the US for a little bit over 4 years, and I do real estate in the community, and I happen to be the president of the men's movement in Global Light International Church. And as the program goes on, we will be uncovering why we are here. But I also want to thank you, Toride, for the opportunity. I know some I don't day back and forth for which time I feel come, to talk about my own personal issues as you rightly talk. But again, I'll be glad to you don't give this opportunity so that more come, put out this program where they come up out there, for people to know. So thank you so much.
Now, for those who don't know, I tell a small story. Remember, so many years ago when I came here, and I was showing interest in the reason why I call him dad, I call him mentor, I call him everything. Me every make 6 months, 1 year, will not see, will not talk. But the day I pick my phone call, you answer. Um, that's the kind of person he is. I want to tell us some story. Whatever you guys see today, when I call on to read day, celebrate Nasako and this and that. Obviously the brain behind all of this, I have toxin and I talk and I talk and joke. I talk because he will go for no sometimes for community. They say give people their flowers when they can smell them. I'm not even giving him his flowers. I just wanted you guys to see the person who, when I came here, actually saw what I was trying to do, and then sat me down and talked to me like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And then start even guide me like, "Okay, if you go for here, if you want, have you pay this person for train you? Go for this person meeting like." And if name na ye, I don't think to we they go be with we did today. If name na ye, they dream for be for some cupboard, and I just say ma just remind or ma just ma put an out here one time. Person one give the roses for me, but then like I talk some special day go be we go come with other people that we should know. We'll talk about to really which side start, which side they and which side they go. Uh, Man of God, thank you again for coming. Now I
Welcome.
know there's an event coming up. It's with Glick. By the way, tell us a little bit about Glick for the few.
Yeah, thank you so much. When I came to the United States in 2005,
Mhm.
August, I came through a seminary
Mhm.
here in the Dallas area. And after graduation, the Lord started ministering to me that the reason why He has sent me to the United States is to impact lives,
Yeah.
especially in my community. So, Global Light International Church, popularly known as GLEEC, started in my apartment complex with about five people.
Seems like
And
every great thing starts from
it
an
starts
apartment
small,
complex.
right? From an apartment complex, you're right. So we
Yeah.
started from our apartment complex, Sunday evenings, and then we gradually transitioned to a little building there, 1000 North Bearline Road. It was a little building. We were doing Sunday evenings. We did Sunday evenings for close to 2 years, and at some point, the Lord ministered to me, "Hey, you need to start doing Sunday mornings." And long story short, we started Sunday mornings and just gradually grew. And today we are one of the fastest growing church in the community. We have graduated 13 pastors and sent them out of Bleak.
Wow.
Most of them are around the community. They have started other churches,
Wow.
and some went to other places. So we are proud to say we have affected lives
Mhm.
that are out there affecting lives,
Mhm.
and we continue to affect lives in a great way. At the end of Tori Day today, remind me of I will I will give some breaking news,
Okay.
which is good news,
Okay.
for Blake.
Wow. My boss,
Yes, sir.
you're actually the president of Men of Valor. Tell us a little bit about who they are.
So again, thank you, Toride. So the Men of Valor is an arm in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the women's movement, the men movement, and the children's movement
Yeah.
in the church. So the Men of Valor are grouped, or a group of men in church,
Yes.
and we have three fundamental objectives.
Mm-hmm.
So we are trying to build a man who is spiritually sound,
Mm-hmm.
who is intellectually and professionally sound,
Yeah.
and who is socially sound.
Yeah.
So all the activities that we organize within the Men of Valor have to hinge on one of these, because we believe that we cannot just be spiritual
Mm-hmm.
to be useful probably in heaven and then be useless on earth.
Wow.
So we try to build a whole man
Mm-hmm.
that can be able to affect their home, their community,
Yeah.
and also maintain a good spiritual life and a good relationship with God. So this is what Men of Valor is all about.
Wow. That is really interesting, and it's obvious. It's obvious with the way you guys carry yourself around the community, the work you put in. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and share the video. I'll share the link with you guys.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and share and then have more people. So people who want to ask questions that really sometimes they be after the live, then so people will say, "Oh, I began my question." You know, leave a man ask 'em. Um, Wow. For those who are watching, please go ahead and share the video. And if you have any questions, I don't see nothing, Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Let's share it on my status first.
please share them for church forum too. For those who
Mhm.
are watching, please go ahead and share the video. If you have any questions, remember it's a conversation. It's not just about me asking them questions. It's about you asking your question on the comment section so we can have a beautiful conversation that will take our community to where we want our community to be. Um, Pastor Mark,
Yes, sir.
I know Father's Day is fast approaching, but I don't want to even get into that. The question I have for you right now is what do you think is the role of men in our community, not just the church, but our community as a whole?
Thank you so much for that question. That question takes us back to creation. It takes us back to the beginning. The first man that ever lived on earth was
Mhm.
Adam,
Yeah.
and Adam was never born.
Wow.
Adam was created. So, in essence, God replicated himself by way of creation in a man. The seed of life is not in the woman. The seed of life is in a man. Man, every man carries a seed of life. And they give that seed of life to a woman to nurture for 9 months. And that seed is brought out to the world. The role of men on earth is vital and is very crucial. Men are the reason why we will have the next generation. That's why in a society where fathers are absent in the lives of children, you watch the next generation, we'll be losing the next generation. It's scary. And when my president here mentioned those three fundamental things, that is actually a real man is shaped and formed for God to find expression through them intellectually in the world, spiritually in the world, and socially, because anthropology teaches us to be social beings. These three areas will make a man a whole man. So Glick is here to raise men that are mentally, socially, and spiritually rounded and formed to affect the world in politics, in economics, in the lawyers, to whatever they are in the world. So in the next 10 years, guess what? We will have Glick men and women in all aspects of human life.
Prezi,
Yes,
tell us a little bit about the upcoming program.
So we have an upcoming program. We call it Men of Valor Empowerment Conference, and that program begins tomorrow, let's say 6 p.m. at the Global Light International Church, and goes all the way to Sunday, the 18th of June.
Yeah.
So in that program, like I said, about the core values of a man, we are looking at targeting topics like, career advancement. We notice in our community that a lot of us come from Africa, and then we get here, we happen to get into some of these short-term programs, and then get a job, and then we are contented and we just stay back. But with the evolution of technology, ChatGPT is out here now, kicking a lot of people out of work. What are you doing to continue to remain relevant? Because when we are in the job market, if anybody employs you, one thing we don't want to forget is that we are an option.
Yeah.
They took us, they could take someone else, so we are just an option. So how can you remain relevant? Yes. The reason why they will keep you is how relevant you are to that company. All right? And the theme of this program is becoming a man of integrity and character. And so your integrity and your character is what will keep you relevant. One thing you have to understand is that the real decisions that are made about you are made in the room where you are not in.
Wow.
Right? So, but in the room where you are not in, what is in that room is your brand. It's your character. It's your integrity. It's what they know you to be. So we are trying to build a man from this conference that has integrity and character, so that wherever they find themselves, they will always be remembered.
Wow.
We're equally going to be talking about, apart from career advancement, credit repairs.
Okay.
We're bringing in professionals to talk to us about our credit, how to keep our credit good. So that is making us to be, to have some knowledge, how to manage ourselves, how to deal in a community like this, where credit is a very big factor that determines what you get and what you don't get. So we're bringing in a professional to talk to us about that. We're also bringing in a professional to talk to us about setting up a business in America successfully. So we're bringing in somebody who has started a business, somebody like us, who has started a business and the business has actually succeeded. What did they do? What challenges did they face? We are equally bringing in somebody who will be talking about business failure, somebody who started a business and it didn't work. Why did it not work? So,
very important.
So these are topics that we are talking about because we want that by this time in 2 years, because we have our conferences every 2 years, by this time in 2 years, we should be able to have measurable results.
Wow.
Some people should have set up businesses, and those businesses should be standing because of the knowledge they got from this conference.
Wow.
So this is not just another gathering, but we are very intentional and very specific. So we want to come out and start, evaluating what we got from this conference and looking at presenting measurable outcomes by the time we gather next 2 years.
Wow. Oh, Pastor Mark.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Glick is a church, a men of valor. Like you said, is a branch of the. By the way, I'm a Glick member. It is true. I've not been to church in a but that is where my loyalty is. That is where my everything is. I am Glick any day, anytime. Now Glick is a church, men of valor, an arm of the church. Now, but this program doesn't sound more like I didn't know. Yeah, oh, we are going to teach people about Christ. It sounds more like he said, something that you guys wanted to share something to help people develop them. Bref, what I was trying to say is, I don't want to talk French. Bref. What I was trying to say is, it seems more like you're not too focused with the Bible, but then bringing in something different to empower these men. Why do you think it's necessary to do that?
Absolutely. Mr. President mentioned those three things. I'll go back to those three things. Mentioned that the three fundamentals of building a whole man in Glick, a Glick man of valor, intellectual, social, and spiritual. For the past 2 years, all Glick men, they attend church, they attend programs, Bible studies. The spiritual side is a cycle that is going weekly. They are being formed weekly. And this is our opportunity that we have to shift gears and explore the intellectual side and also explore the social side. On Sunday, of course, we're going to have some, spiritual, this thing coming in. But it's going to come in a way of molding their character, and also molding the level of integrity that they keep and grow. So over the years, Toride, I will tell you the truth. Over the year, the church has missed it significantly. You know why? The church has missed it a lot because the church has focused so much on the spiritual side of man and have neglected the other sides of man and has limited the potential that is in man. And we Glick, we don't want to make that mistake. Man is a whole being. And for us to be holistic and affect our generation out there, we must be all around. I'm sitting here today. I hold 2 master's degree. I hold a master's degree in accounting. I've worked with banks and I could sit out there and run financial statements and all of that. And of course, I hold a master's in divinity, spiritual work, the Bible, and all of that. But why am I this, diverse? Because my mission on earth is also to affect the world out there in other aspects. We have an agent, real estate agent, IT people, lawyers, accountants. We have medical doctors. We have nurses. Just imagine we have a whole that we can even form a country.
Wow.
That is what God entails.
Wow.
That we focus on.
By the way, for the few who are watching, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment. If you have questions, just drop your questions. I can read them from here and go ahead and make sure you get answers directly. Prezi,
Yes, sir.
who are you expecting? Just church people or just men? What are you expecting to attend the conference?
So we are expecting members of our community, including everyone watching us right now. I have sent invitations to different churches around. I have instructed the men of valor to go into their various groups in the community, veteran groups, meeting groups, and invite people to come for this program, because remember, this is Global Light International Church. We are not limited, all right? So it's not limited among within the 4 walls of the Glick, but it goes out there because we actually want to build this community. Through Glick, we want to build this community. So we need these people to come in so that we can get this knowledge together, go out there and begin to affect our own little corners where we are, so that the multiply effect can, really be evident. And when I was talking, I wanted to quickly read or tell us the anchor scripture that this conference is based on. So, talking about integrity and character, we found a scripture in the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 9, which says that whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked path will be found out. We don't want men who live as fugitives. Do you know that when you say the truth, you don't have to remember the truth? But when you lie, you have to remember the lie, because
Keep lying.
yeah,
Yes.
you have to remember the lie, so that that is very costly. But if you have integrity, again, integrity will just be saying what you mean and meaning what you say, or doing what you mean and meaning what you do. All right. So we used to talk, say, two-side collars.
Yeah.
Right. You cut so, you cut so. No. Let people around you know who you are, and just be who you are. That's integrity.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that scripture in there, so that those who are watching, you can go read that scripture and
I think what what you're saying is just correct. What you guys are saying is correct. We cannot build a community with people who are one foot in, one foot out. No,
Yeah.
it should be a collective effort.
Right.
From what you guys are doing, it goes to everyone. Everyone knows their responsibility. By the way, someone asked the question, my brother Jabia Akale, how do we increase the male presence at our churches? So probably you don't observe it. So most men they need to go church. Mostly woman them and picking them and all of that. So I don't know if it's the same thing you're facing with Glig, but if let's consider that a problem, what should we be doing as a community to push our men back to church?
Statistically,
Mm-hmm.
in the world in which we live, we have more women than men.
Mm-hmm.
Most groups, if the groups are not homogeneous groups,
Mhm.
if it's not a men-oriented group or women-oriented, if it's a
Mhm.
heterogeneous group where you have both men and women,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you have more women, even in hospitals, in the
Mhm.
companies, and all of that. So the church is also one of those institutions. Number two, statistics have also shown that when the gospel is preached,
Yes.
women get convicted
Mhm.
faster, and they buy the truth
Mhm.
faster than a man will do. A man is a little harder
Mhm.
to buy and to believe, but when they do, they're really steady.
Mhm.
But still, uh, this is what we are doing is
Mhm.
part of drawing more men to join this team, this train,
Mhm.
and to know that joining the church does not mean you are losing intellectually.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean you are losing socially. It means you are adding the spiritual side to what you already have, and you develop the whole.
Wow. Prissy, your contact information and location for the event and all of that.
So this occasion will be at the Global Light International Church headquarters here in Dallas, 605 East Palace Parkway. Yes.
750.
Thank you. You got the address.
You are the right member.
Yeah.
You are the member of Blake.
Yeah, you are a member of GLIC.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is where this program will be taking place. And, if you need any assistance in getting to that location, of course, go back to where you're watching this,
Mhm.
comment there, and ask for directions. We will see it and we will respond. So it is in the church auditorium where this program is taking place. Tomorrow, 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
Saturday, 9 a.m. until about 3 p.m.,
Mhm.
and then Sunday, 10 a.m.
Wow. So beside the knowledge people gain, the spiritual benefits, is there any other thing, man of God, any other things, small pepe and small thing there?
We are men, and when men are about very important things, they don't care so much about food. They
Food.
can drink a cup of tea, a
Tea.
cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So we'll have, especially on the Saturday,
Mhm.
that will be hanging in there for different shops.
Mhm.
We'll have a legal person speak to us. We'll
Mhm.
have what? We'll have
Academia.
an academician
Mhm.
talk to us. We'll have somebody credit repair speak
Mhm.
to us, finance people. So as to move from shop to shop, or session to session. We'll have little things there to keep ourselves going. But it's gonna be a great weekend.
Man, people should focus more on the knowledge, and even those people that were captivated, if you see, if it, you know, they, oh, come for day, you'll be very, very surprised.
Absolutely.
I've worked with him, I've been around him for a long time. If there is one thing I always complain to him, like, you are so blessed with knowledge, with everything. I just really wish you can share beyond the click, and he's doing that already though. But for me, I just feel like, no, you get for daily go like
Right.
leave click first, just the go now go.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day he could do exactly which I expect. A family man, a business person. Man, not easy. I really want my mom. They say easy.
No easy.
Crazy.
So,
Tell us a little bit about the people who will be present. Maybe you want to mention names, some of the speakers.
Sure. So the speaker on Friday
Mhm.
is going to be Dr. Richard Ferrim. Dr. Richard Ferrim will be talking to us on integrity and character
Mhm.
on Friday.
Mhm.
On Saturday, we are going to have the program coordination team
Mhm.
has the details for those that will be coming for the various workshops
Mhm.
for credit repairs, for
Mhm.
business success, for
Mhm.
business failure, and for um, uh, career advancement. For
Mhm.
career advancement, I know that Dr. Kema
Mhm.
Celestine will be handling career advancement.
Mhm.
So these are some names. And then on Sunday, we have Dr. Prosper Numfo,
Yeah.
who will be talking about integrity and partnership with God on Sunday. So these are the people we have on there, and you are all invited to come and listen.
Man of God, I don't know. Like the knowledge people gain from there, is it just something you can come? Now, I'm not advising people to come get knowledge and go back to the streets like we call it. But do
Mhm.
you think somebody from the streets, if they want to, they can just come benefit from the session, benefit from the conference, and then maybe take whatever they gain from there and go back? Or is it strictly for those who are church oriented church goers?
no, absolutely. It's for everybody. And let me add this: we also have a diplomat that is visiting from Cameroon.
Wow.
He's going to be part of the conference on
Wow.
Sunday. He's traveled quite a bit. I was privileged to welcome him at the airport today.
Yeah.
Uh, Dr. Sama Kebila,
Mhm.
you know, he's an international interpreter, interpreted presidents of
Wow.
all sorts in the UN and all this. But to answer your question,
Mhm.
Global Light International Church, from the name,
Mhm.
we our doors are
Open.
open. Anybody from any background, any color, any
Mhm.
kind of person can come.
Mhm.
Our goal is that if you're not a member of Gleek, you have your home church, or you don't even have a home church,
Mhm.
come over, gain the knowledge that you want to gain. Come
Mhm.
from Ohio, come from all over the world,
Mhm.
gain the knowledge you want to gain. If you have your home church, you go back to your home church, impact your home church.
Very true.
If you don't have a home church and you want to make Gleek your home church,
Mhm.
I'm here. Agent Paul is here. We're ready to receive you as a family member, and we ride on.
Prezi,
Yes,
tell
sir.
us more about Men of Valor. What do you think after this? What do you think is the future for Men of Valor, or what are some of the things you plan to do in the future, or you do besides seminars like this, conferences like this?
All right. So, Men of Valor, we have regular meetings in church
Mhm.
every third Saturday, sorry, third Sunday
Mhm.
of the month.
Mhm.
Um, those meetings are to make sure that we don't lose focus. We always come back to recharge,
Mhm.
and then go back and begin to affect our communities in whatever ways we are doing.
Mhm.
So we have different topics of discussions when we come on those meeting days, usually after church service, so just
Mhm.
about 15, 20 minutes,
Mhm.
just to sync up and know what is going on with who, was somebody sick,
Mhm.
we pray for them and things like that. So, but looking at the future of Men of Valor,
Mhm.
we are hoping that in the future, this conference is going to be a big conference or an international conference that will
Mhm.
have people fly in
Mhm.
from different parts of the world
Mhm.
to attend this conference. We are looking at something huge
Oh.
in the future because we don't want to remain.
Yeah.
Uh, within the four walls of the church. We want to truly go global. People around the world should be able to reference us from the impact they see us making in our generation.
Wow.
So that is my prayer. That is the prayer of all the members of the Men of Valor, that this program goes big. We are even thinking that next year, this conference might not even hold in church. We might actually go to some hotel conference, conference hall, well set up, prepared for occasions like this. Bring in, why not, some international speakers if it is necessary. So we are really looking at building our community through this conference and creating a lasting impact in our communities.
By the way, when he says, when he talks about bringing international speaker, I understand what he's saying, but I just want to correct something. Every person we you see speak for this conference, I bet we get that potential for speak anywhere around the world.
Yeah.
The only reason we talk about next year probably bringing in international speaker now, because being the regular people the way they like how I mean they yeah, na my pastor, na my papa, na my this, but then we always really like okay, na me and he. So, but like I said, Pastor Ferry,
Dr. Prosper.
Dr. Prosper, that people, these are people I have listened to them talk, and they are wonderful. Like every day I see that, like, how can I get the knowledge from them and just share with the community? This is an opportunity. Let us do that. Now, one thing I know is, by the way, I accuse my own self. Glick is a church. We have men of valor, and we have men like Nasako who are in church, they are not active with most of these groups. They either just there, one time they'll come, they go, and all of that. I just want you to talk to someone like me, maybe the others, if there's any other person who's not really active, just talk to someone like me, give me reasons why it's important when you belong to a church, when you belong to a group, you need to be active as much as possible.
Very good. And life begins from the spiritual side and radiates and finds expression in the natural side. Everything that we see today takes place in the spirit and manifests in the physical.
Yeah.
So I would tell every potential man of valor that is supposed to be very active and is not active to look into their schedule. We make time does not make us. So to look into our schedule and reshuffle things around and create time, because that time to bond with your fellow men, they just meeting with them and having these meetings, you learn, you create connections, you create acquaintances, and it goes a long way to empower you as a man. Number two, you grow your life spiritually as well. And number three, the benefits that every man of valor gets, you become part of that. Not only that, you carry something that somebody needs.
That's true.
I've told my wife that it beats my imagination sometimes when I see the way you talk and see the programs you coordinate and all of it. I'm not trying to push you too high, but some of the expressions and the grammar that comes out of your mouth sometimes, and you sit here, you're not holding a sheet of paper, you're not holding any script, and all these things, they are coming out of your head, and you're asking all these questions. And guess what? That is a talent. That's an amazing skill that even journalists, they're going to be trained to be able to get a skill like that. Yet they use teleprompters. But we're sitting here just relaxing, and these many questions are coming out of you. Guess what? You can be a mentor to another man of valor. But we need to be together for that to happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Someone wanted to know if you can actually be part of Men of Valor, but then you belong to another church.
That's a very serious question.
Well, that's actually going to be a very serious
yeah,
question.
but brother Jabi Akale.
Yeah. I hope there's not going to be conflict of interest.
Membership by proxy.
Yeah, that will be membership by proxy, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Men of Valor is open to, welcome everyone who wants to be part of us. But Men of Valor are part of a whole. And that whole is Glick. All right? So I will not say if you want to be part of Men of Valor, you must be part of Glick. But I know that if you eventually say you want to be part of Men of Valor, technically you are going to end up being part of Glick
Yeah.
because you have to be in Glick to follow through the activities of Men of Valor.
Valor.
All right. So yes, you can come, but I know that will be an opportunity to be part of Glick, right? Yeah. So you are
Okay.
welcome, my brother.
Yeah, another question for my brother Edmond. Prezi, please, what other structures has men put in place to accommodate new men who we want to be part of Glick?
Okay. Thank you for that question. So what we do in the Men of Valor is that when any new member joins us, we identify that new member. Once we identify that new member, we pick out some men based on uh, availability. We actually take out time and visit that new member in their home where they live based on their own availability too. And the goal of doing that is to make them know that they are relevant. So they didn't just show up and we just saw them superficially and then we don't think about them thereafter. No, we think about you. So we come to you, we sit and discuss like we are discussing now, find out you might be going through some challenges. If you need prayers, we are going to understand what to pray for and how to pray. If you need assistance in maybe getting a job, we might be able to network you, connect you to somebody who is able to provide you that help. Maybe you need an item at home, or maybe you're going through one challenge or the other. We are able to find resources to be able to meet that need, right? But the general goal is so that we can encourage you. And again, know that if we come to visit you, we are not really, throwing a bait at you to become a Glick member. All right. You might be here just for some time in Texas for some time, and then you have to go to another state. We will still come and meet you because within that time you might need us. We might even need you. All right. So we just come and encourage you. If you have any challenge you are going through, we try to put heads together and make things happen for you. That way, if you intended to stay, you will really be encouraged to stay. I know somebody who always testifies that they decided to be coming to Glick because in the US, all the churches they have visited, nobody has checked on them. But when they came to Glick and went home, a call followed and checked on him within the week. Hey, brother, how are you doing? You came last Sunday. I hope everything is going well. And he felt so much like this is home. And so he made a decision, he and his family, to be fellowshipping there. So one little action you do to somebody, you do not know the extent to which you have affected that person's life, right? Yes. So that is what we do, to encourage and to keep new men who come and intend to be with us. Yeah.
Man of God, Glick, how many years now? About 14 years.
Glick is over 10 years.
Okay. And started from
Little
the
apartment.
apartment. What is the future for Glick?
Very good. The future for Glick is very big. The word global that begins the name Glick speaks for Glick itself. We actually have a branch in Cameroon right now.
Wow.
Bamenda, growing leaps and bounds. Yeah. And our goal is to grow into all 50 states in the United States and other countries in the world. I'm heading to Europe next week. And part of my mission to the UK is to start talking about planting Glick in the UK.
Wow.
And then right back here in the Dallas area, Glick, in the next short few months, we are going to our home.
Is that a big message?
That's the powerful message I was coming with.
And then you don't tell me I play some music
I'm
and some
telling you.
claps.
Finally, we've been
Yep.
praying for this, looking forward to this, and it's coming very close. I will come back to Toride with the details, with the launching, and it's going to be a big event.
Wow.
To invite the community, let the community know we have a home. We have a home you can call your home, a safe home, a city of refuge, as the Bible states. You know, the city of refuge in the Bible, according to Bible days, anyone that ran into that city
It's
was
safe.
safe. And if they had any crime, the crime was dropped. So we are a city of refuge, and we are calling the community, run into that city of refuge, and you're safe.
Brazil,
Yes,
what would
sir.
be your final words to our community with regards to the upcoming conference?
Well, it's obvious we will be excited to have you all
Mhm.
uh, attend this conference so that we can carry this knowledge and run with it and let the flames of this conference and the dust of this conference never settle.
Wow.
So invite somebody so that you will not benefit alone. Yeah. Go into your community, go into your various groups, invite your friends, come to church tomorrow, Global Light International Church, 6 p.m. Let's meet again on Saturday, 9 a.m., and on Sunday, 10 a.m. So you all are welcome, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Okay, someone in the comment section is saying, Sako, I want to ask a question. Just drop your question for comment section because we're about to round up. If you do one really fast, I'll make sure you get an answer. Man of God, is there anything you feel like we needed to talk about? Maybe that I did not bring up.
I just want to thank you so much for what you do for our community and the fact that you open your doors for this. And I want to let Tori Day viewers around the world to know that uh, this is the kind of opportunities that you pay thousands of dollars to be able to present. But for us to be sitting here, comfortably, and you open your doors for us, we say thank you. And to everybody watching out there, even though you're out of Texas, you're out of the United States, and you may not be able to attend in person, we are going to be streaming online. It will go on. If you go to Global Light International Church, our Facebook account, you will follow us there. Any comment you leave, any question you leave behind, we'll make sure that you get a response to that. So we look forward to having you join us from a distance or in person this weekend. All roads lead to Glick.
Glick. 605 East Palace
Parkway.
Parkway.
Grand Prairie,
Grand
Texas.
Prairie, 750.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Now, someone is asking if it's only for men. I think it's a lady. We answered that question, but maybe you should throw more light on that.
Yeah, that question has come up repeatedly.
Over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. So this we are calling it a men's conference because it is organized by men. But the topic, which is becoming a man of integrity and character, I believe that it's not limited to men. Everyone needs integrity and character.
Absolutely.
So if you are a woman listening to us and you are interested in attending this program, absolutely. There's nothing masculine that that should be said only to men during this conference. So you all are welcome. If you have the chance, join us. After all, we need women all the time.
All the
right?
time.
Yeah. So yeah, all women are welcome to attend.
Some persons say don't ask question, never read and not check a bit. How can this conference benefit the community and the media? So I think this is somebody, Michael James in the media. So how is this conference going to benefit the community and the media? Yeah, I don't know if you have an answer for that, but obviously I'll get one or two things we'll talk.
Well, how it's going to benefit the community, I think that we touched on that when we started, because the whole purpose of this conference is to empower the men in our community so that they can go out there and run with the knowledge that they got from the conference. Like we said, we are talking about career advancement, knowing what to do to remain relevant in the job market in a society like this one. We are talking about credit repair, and there will be someone there ready to repair credit for anyone who needed their credits to be repaired. So that is a benefit to anyone who is going to attend.
Very true.
And even those who are not going to attend can still get the information online and know what to do not to damage their credit in the first place. And if your credit is damaged, how to repair it, how to fix that damage. And we are also going to be talking about business success. The intention behind that is to inspire people who are thinking of starting businesses to know that it is very possible. And if you are engaging into it, these are the steps that you should take. For those who have done businesses and it didn't work and they're feeling discouraged, the person who will be talking about business failure will be encouraging people like those that, hey,
Yep.
if you did this and it didn't work, if you do this instead, it might work. And so that's going to give us encouragement to go back out there. And then we are also hoping that in that conference, we're going to identify people, who come up with business ideas, and then people partner with them. I know that we are running out of time, but there's somebody who wants to start a business. For example, it might cost them $20,000 to start that business, but they don't have $20,000 now. But I might have a $5,000 in my account that is not able to start that business, but it is in my account and doing nothing. You have another 5,000, another person has a 2,000, another person has a 3,000. If we put all those monies together, it's going to make 20,000. So if we come together, we are going to get that 20,000 and start that business. So these are things that we are going to be sharing and encouraging people with integrity, because what stops things like this is integrity and character. So with integrity and character, you can come together with your little resources, and it makes that big capital that you need, and you all put it in that business. And then once it starts making profit, you are getting proportionate shares of the profit. And in a very short time, shorter than you would have saved 20,000 alone, you would have already been making maybe half of that money as profit if you all came together. So these are the things that we'll be talking about, and that is how our community is going to be benefiting from. Thank you.
Man of God, someone actually I shared the flyer with the WhatsApp group, and someone was asking me how are vendors? Is there a place for vendors during this conference?
Oh, very, very good question. I know we have made significant advancement as men of valor, especially in our conferences. This will be our third edition or so. And for each conference is an addition to the previous conference. This particular conference, we did not make appropriations for the various tables or vendors to come around, but it's a great idea. It's a great idea, and we have written that down.
Okay.
Next 2 years, we'll make sure, as he already mentioned, prophetically, next year, next 2 years, it might be a hotel format or a big venue where we'll have opportunity to have these various vendors come around.
Yeah.
Wow, I think this was a wonderful session. Might check if any person are asking last question.
Somebody asked something about the media. You were going to say something.
Yeah, so
beneficial
I
to the
think you
media.
trashed the question. That's why I
Okay.
did not even bother. At the end of the day, it's building your integrity, it's building your character. I don't think there will be any successful media person without integrity or character. Back in the days, we grow up for place where Christmas time, how they call them, tailor. You don't take all man for Kate clothes, and then you don't start lucky store, and because they don't have integrity,
Yeah.
they don't have character. So I just feel like you trust the question. That's why I did not even want to add
Absolutely.
anything.
Great.
Any successful business, that's one thing I've learned from you, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from you. I know I'm going to all of that because some people will feel, but sometimes people will attack you. People will say things about you. People will say funny things about you. But if you're a man of integrity and character, it could take 10 years, it could take 20 years, and that integrity and character will be reinstated by the same people who were trying to attack you because you are just that person. So for me, it's really, really important to have those two things. I know things I feel actually say more than which way you talk. Thank you
Nice.
guys very much.
Welcome.
Thank you guys very much. I feel so on trash. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Hopefully I'll be there, and even after the conference, if we want to see it and talk about how it happened, I think it will be joyful to read it. Guys, thank you very much, everyone that's watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the shares. Please go ahead and share this video. Don't only share the video, make sure you share the flyers. Make sure I invite someone. Now, this is a thing. Most women they only feel like, oh, it's a men thing. Make sure say that massa attend. Even if you attend, me watch the video. We are trying to build a community. We need to build a community if only a few people have that integrity and character. Everyone can forget at least 40, 50 to 60%. We know it's difficult. We know it will take time, but then most take that necessary action. We go require for us to become men of valor. small story that I've got time for today. Thank you guys very much. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to attend the conference. It's going to be a blessing.